Hi everybody, it's Sherry at the Crafty Decorator. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. The weather here is gorgeous today. I thought I'd jump on this afternoon to give you a quick tip on how to make your porch feel cozy, just like another room in your house, by adding window treatments to your porch windows. A lot of followers have asked if I would explain how I made this valance. So I thought I'd jump on today and explain how you can make this valance for your porch windows. I'm going to take it down. If you can see, I have two parts to this valance. This is a burlap scarf made from burlap ribbon. And then I made another valance from jute and ribbons. I'm going to first explain how I put my valances up. I use these command hooks that are made for windows that hold wreaths. So first thing I do is clean my windows, and I wipe the part where I'm going to put my strip with alcohol first. The directions on the back, you can follow them. They explain how to do it. Then I add a hook onto each side. Then I start with this decorative jute from the Dollar Tree. You're going to take this jute and you want to make a hoop first, because then we're going to hook a hoop on, and then you want to go over to the next one to see how long you're going to want it to droop. So I start by bending this down like 2 inches. I like a 2-inch hoop. See, like this. You're going to bend it over. Then you're going to add some hot glue and glue this together, just like this. Then you want to make sure it's going to be tight. So I bought this jute twine at the Dollar Tree, and we're going to add this and wrap it around. You're going to add a drop of hot glue to the bottom of your hoop there where it's connected together. Then you're going to add your twine, and then you're going to wrap. You're going to wrap around a whole bunch of times, pulling tight as you wrap, because you want it to stay secure. Okay, see, like this. I wrapped it a whole bunch of times, and I pulled tight so it would stay secure. Then you're just going to snip it off, and you're going to glue that end down. Now, you have your hooks up. You have your first little knot hoop here on the end. So you want to hang your hoop on one of your hooks. Then you're going to come over and you're going to want to see how long you want that to droop. So I think right about there is good. So I'm going to put that on my hook, and I'm going to fold up and make a hoop and hold on to it, and then take this one down. So now you have your other hoop here. So just make sure you cut the long piece off and not the part you already hooped. So I'm going to cut that off. And I think that is about 2 inches. Let's see. Yep. So then I'm going to glue this one closed, just like I did the other. And I'm going to twine it again, this end. Twine this end. It's very simple. Okay. Pull it tight. Snip it again. Add your glue. All right, just like that. Now you have two. This is what's going to hang here across your window. Now you want your ribbons. Now I cut 24-inch and 2-inch ribbon, or 22-inch ribbons. I'm sorry, 24 and 22-inch ribbons. I use a whole bunch of different ribbons. You can use whatever kind of ribbon you want. You can use all of one ribbon, 2 different ribbons. It's all up to you. It's all about the look you want. And you could just figure it out as you go if you want. As you're adding on, you might change your mind and want to add some more ribbons. I didn't put them all close together. I spaced them apart on this one. So I'm going to show you. So cut some of your ribbons. Whoops, there goes I'm going to set that to the side. You're going to take some of your ribbons and cut them 24, 22. Now you could do them all 22, you could do them all 24, but I thought I would make some of the ones in the middle shorter. I used 12 pieces on my cording there, so I thought I'd do like 4 24-inch ones, and then 4 22, and then another 4 24-inch ones. I cut a whole bunch before I came on because I didn't want you to have to sit here and watch me cut all my ribbons. So the first thing you're going to do is take your rope here that you just added your ends onto, lay it down. Then you're going to take your ribbon. Now I start about 3 inches in from the hoop with my first ribbon. You're going to lay your ribbon over and make it even. I'm trying to hold it up and do it at the same time. Let me get it on here so I could show you. So you're going to lay it over your hoop like this and make your ends even. Then you're going to take your twine and you are going to go across the front, around to the back with your twine. See, across the front and around to the back. And then you're going to cross in the back and pull it and then go back around to the front. It's just wrapping it around and pulling tight. Then when you get, let's see, I should cut it. I'm going to cut it because it's getting all tangled up on me. So now you came back to the front. Cross again, pull tight, and go to the back. You should try to keep it all like even on top so they're not all bunched up. But see how that is? So when you come back to the back again, tie a knot. Tie a double knot. Pulling tight. Like this. Okay. So see, that's the front and that's the back. So you're just going to wrap around front to back, and then tie a double knot and clip off your excess. Now, I'm going to take another 24-inch piece. I like to try to mix them up, have like cream and then like this burlap one, and I leave about 2 inches in between. You can lay all your ribbons out first if you want to see how it's going to look before you tie them on, and then you can like move them around without worrying because you're going to have them, you won't have them tied on yet. Then you can see how you want them. But again, I added the second one about 2 inches over and do the same thing. I think it's easier just to cut a piece off. Start in the front, lay it across the front, wrap around the back, cross over in the back, and move it up to the top, and then pull it tight. And then come around to the front, cross over, and come right back around to the back. And then tie your double knot and pull tight. So it's all like gathered up there at the rope. Okay. And then clip off. So see, now you have 2. This one I used has wire in it, so I could sort of form it. Then I would like to do a thinner one. I like to mix a thinner with a thicker. So you would do the same thing to this one. So I would do 4, and then I have like a medium-sized one. I would do 4 of the 24-inch across to start. Then I would take some shorter ones for the middle. Let's see, I don't have this one even. But I would take 4 shorter ones then for the middle, the 22-inch. They're only 2 inches shorter. And I would do 4 of those. And then I would do 4 of the longer ones. I'm not going to sit here and tie them all in front of you. It'll take forever. But you'll end up with something like this. And you can even use, I use some of the twine rope on there instead of a piece of ribbon. So then that gets hung up. Now, to make this valance, I purchased from Walmart this roll of burlap ribbon where the flowers are in Walmart. This is 18" by 15. So if you want to see how long you're going to want your valance to hang on your window, here's what I did. I take a big section, I go like this. I just drop this other roll part down. And then you're going to hook it on there. This is just to give a rough idea of where you're going to want it. So I liked it just below where my bottom window is going to start. So then you're going to come across, can you see me there? You're going to come across and you're going to see how you're going to want this to hoop down. So let's see. This is just rough. Don't worry about how it looks here because we just want to see how much we're going to want. Okay, so I like that. Maybe a little more. Let's see. Okay, so say like this. Then I'm going to hold my hand over here. I'm going to hold my hand over here so I know where I'm going to want to cut it. Okay. So this is where I want to cut. Right here. So I'm going to lay this down. And I am going to cut this. You just cut your burlap. These are so simple. Okay, this next part is optional. And the reason I did this was because last year when I hung burlap valance on the other side of my porch, from the wind blowing and hitting my stone, it frayed all the end. Because look, when you cut it, it's starting to fray already. So what I did was just fold over like 1/4 of an inch all the way across. There goes my hair, a little breezy. Feels good though. You fold over and then you fold over again. Then I pinned it, if I can find any of my pins. I pinned it all the way across. And then I sewed it up on the sewing machine. I did that to both ends. See? It ends up like 1/2 inch you end up with on each side. You end up with that on each side. I'm not going to sit here and bring my sewing machine down. You could sew it by hand if you don't have a sewing machine, or you don't have to sew it at all. You can probably just hot glue it across, or with the fabric hot glue, you probably can just do that instead of sewing. I'm always been a sewer. So, okay. So after you make your hem, I put it back up there because I am going to want to wire it, and I want it to be even. So, like, see, I need to move this over. Okay, but it would look better because I would have my hems on there. But that's where I would want it to be. So then I am going to cut like a 6-inch piece of thin wire. Doesn't have to be any special wire. I just like it thin because it's easier to wrap around. Then I am going to wrap around where I wanted this to hang on the thing. But I'm going to like squish it together. Like I'm going to pleat it so it sort of looks nice. And then you'll be pleated here in the center. Okay. I want this edging to be folded down. I hope you can all see that. Let me take it down. So I pleated. I'm pleating it here. And I wanted the edging to be folded down, like the end piece. Then I take my wire, and you're going to wire it. You wrap your wire around where your pleats are, and give it a twist. And then you want to make a little hoop. So I twisted my wire around to hold it in place, and then I'm gonna wanna make a little hoop just by twisting the wires on top, like this. See, and then that will hang on your hook, like that. Then I need to do my other side. I think this is where I want it because it's all crinkly, but I'm gonna double check just to make sure that that is where I'm gonna want it. Okay. Over this way a little bit. Okay. So that's where I'm gonna want this one. I'm gonna take it down again and I'm gonna pleat it. They're very simple because there's really no sewing except for the ends, but I think you can hot glue it. I just want to make sure I get it pleated the right way. Okay, I'm going to start by pleating on the bottom and just pleat it up. Then you're going to need another piece of your 6-inch wire and wrap it to the back. So put it across the front, wrap it to the back, and twist it tight. I give it like 2, twist it twice, or maybe 3 times. And then make your little hoop on the top again by twisting the ends of your wire. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm okay before we'll have to fix it all when I'm done. You'll have to go back and fix your pleats. But we're still, and then you can pull. All right, let's see. It's kind of hard, like without my little stool, but I gotta be in front of you here. I recommend doing it with a little stool. You have to play with the pleats to get it to look really, really good. So like over here, I would play with the pleats. Okay, we have one more step before we continue with that anyways. Whoops. So I didn't want the wire to show or where the pleat gathered. So I buy these come on a long piece of twine at Hobby Lobby in the wedding section. And I buy that long twine with all these roses hooked to it, these burlap roses, and I cut them off. So I wanted to use these on here. So it'd be like that. So what I did was cut a 4-inch piece of wire. 4-inch piece of wire. And then I need twine because I'm going to make a hoop on the back of this. I didn't want to just glue the wire because I didn't think the wire would hold as good. So glue a piece of twine, add some hot glue across the back of the flower, put a piece of twine across, and you're going to make a little hoop by tying a knot. So see, like this, you want a little hoop because we're going to put the wire through there. It doesn't have to be a big hoop, just a little hoop. So I tied a knot. I'm going to cut this off. So see, you're just going to have a little hoop like this. Okay. Then you're going to take your 4-inch piece of wire, slide it through the hoop like that. Then you are going to slide it under this wire that you just attached to your valance. So slide it under there like that. And then you're going to twist this. You're going to twist this onto your wire, pulling it tight. You're going to have extra wire that you can trim off, but I'd rather have a little extra that I can trim than be too short. It was too hard to twist around when it was shorter. So see, that's how that's gonna look. So when you hook it up here, it's gonna look like that. And then you'll have to play with your pleats to get it right, but you're gonna have to hook your other flower on. And then you're gonna come up here and you're gonna play with your pleat. You might, whoops, wanna pull this tighter, pull this out a little bit to give you more. Just pull your ribbon from underneath your thing. It'll give you more that you can play with to get it to look right. Oh, my ribbon fell down. Okay. That is how you make the valance. It's kind of hard. If you have your little step stool, it would be so much easier. I know this is kind of a long video, but there's a couple steps. I got to get it on here the right way so it can. You'll just have to play with your burlap to get it the way you want to. But if you don't want to sew it, try the hot glue and any kind of ribbons you want. And you should be able to do two, if you're like an average window, you should be able to get 2 windows out of one of these from Dollar Tree and 1 roll of the burlap ribbon from Walmart. Okay guys, I probably kept you on here long enough. I just wanted to show you all how I did that window treatment because everyone's been asking. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. I'll be on later. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.